Hello students. So now today I will discuss with you about the execution of a complete instruction. Okay. So it is a single bus architecture. So there is no any another bus. For example, we mostly knows that there are three types of the buses. For example, data bus, control bus, or address bus. But in this case, what we are checking that there is only one single bus only, and this is a single bus architecture. So here I will tell you that how the single bus architecture works. So for this I will just start to find. Here you may find the single bus architecture, and you can see here that we have a one single bus architecture, and having some of the things which are important for you, and I would suggest you that please do it yourself and try to make it yourself, and by using a copy and pen. And there is a program counter. PC is for program counter, MAR is for memory address register, and MDR is for memory data register. Y is your some operand, which is one of the operand, and one is constant 4. It is a 4 constant 4, and it is also one part of your multiplexer. So it is a multiplexer, right? So there is a one select line, and it may be 0. If it is 0, then it constant Y will be selected. If it is 1, then Y will be selected. So there these any of these two may be selected using multiplexer. Next is ALU. ALU has two operands: A, which is getting from which it is getting from this multiplexer, and B, which it is getting from this bus. And there are some ALU operations. So some ALU operations are there. There is a Z, and which contains the output of the ALU. Then the output of the ALU is again forwarded to this bus, and accordingly the wherever the result need to be stored, this Z can be stored there. Okay, so at the right side of this picture you can find some of the instruction, some of the registers for where it is a instruction decoder and control logic. There is one IR is a instruction register. There is R0 to Rn-1. So some registers are there, and one is your temporary register. So this is a single bus organization, and now I will tell you that how these things works. So it is also completed in execution of a complete instruction, and it is also completed in single bus organization. So what we have to do, we have to fetch the instruction from the memory to the IR. Next I have to fetch the first operand from memory. Next perform the addition operation, and then load the result into R1. These all steps I have used for this particular instruction, add R3 R1. So suppose R1 contains 30 and R3 contains 1000. Okay, so because brackets are there, so what will happen, the whatever the this will 1000 will be considered as a memory location. So from this memory location the data will be fetched from this R3. Okay, so now what is the control sequence? So in the control sequence we have PC out, then we have MAR in. So now these control sequence is good if I will show you with the help of this diagram. Now let's see. PC out. So any of the instruction you may get in your exam, and the examiner may ask you that show the control sequence for this particular instruction. So for example, you have this one. This is the instruction you have, and now examiner may ask you that tell me about these instruction, that what are the control sequence for this particular instruction. Okay, so now what you have to do for this case, you have to just provide some of the things. For example, PC out will PC out, if it is a PC out, then whatever the address location in the PC out is transferred to the bus, right? So MAR in, so the result of the PC the address fetched from this PC out is stored in MAR, means memory address register. Then read signal will be so then address lines are there, so the address lines will provide some address lines will provide the address whatever PC out provided to the MAR in register. Then read signal is there. Now select 4. So till now this bus contains the data provided by PC out. So B has the data, B has the PC out, so all these register has the data. PC B also has the data same as PC out. Now select 4. So 4 will be constant, 4 is selected from this multiplexer. So my 4 is there and my address is there. So ALU will add these two things and provide the data in ZIN. So that's why there is a add and ZIN. So ZIN will contain the output of these two addition, and then the next instruction will be saved in PC. So Z out means the whatever the result of result is there is added to this location. And now my PC out, PC in means whatever the data is calculated in the ZIN is then stored in PC program counter. Now we will have to wait, WMFC means wait for memory function to complete. Okay, when the memory function will complete, then it is MDR out. So MDR out means, so the data will be appear in the MDR register, memory data register, and then it will provide the data, and then it will be stored in instruction register. Okay, then instruction register will know that there is a data of the R3, so the control sequence will be generated from here, so the control signals will be generated from here. So instruction decoder will just decode the signal whatever in this instruction register, and the control signal will work accordingly. So we are working for this operation. So it knows that the value of the R3 has some value which is a address. So R3 contains 1000. Okay, so now the R3 out, R3 whatever in the R3 there may be some in some between the R0 to Rn-1. So R3 will may be there, and this R3 contains a value 1000, and this 1000 will be provided to the MAR in. Then read signal will be there, then we have to wait for the signal, and the data, then the data MAR in read signal, then we have to what we have to do, R1 out. So next is R1 out. R1 has 30, so I will fetch the data 30 and I will store it in and B register, right? Next is my MAR in, memory address register in, and my read signal is there. So if my read signal is there, then R1 out, and then I will use the Y here. So then again I have to wait for the memory function to complete. So next MDR out. MDR out means, so data whatever in the MDR will be provided to this bus, address bus. Then select Y. So my data is now, I need to select Y here, because already the B we have suggested, B we have selected. Now again what I will have to do, I will select Y, then add the things. So my A and B will be added, and then I will get the Zin. Now Zin has my result. So Zin, what we have to do with the Zin, I have to store my Zin in R1 register. So I will store the result in R1. So that's why here it is R1 in. So now it is completed and ended. So En is for ended. Okay, so this is a single bus organization, and similarly we can use for single bus organization. So both the concepts are same. So here you can see that your instruction and instruction sequence has been completed, your addressing modes has been completed, your execution of the complete instruction, your single bus organization. These both topics covered in the today's lecture. So whether it is asked by the single execution of the complete instruction or single bus organization, you can use the same diagram and you can explain it well. So next I will tell you about the control unit operation, and in this lecture I am taking one more lecture, and it is a control unit operation. I will tell you about the how the control unit operation works, and in this I will tell you about the micro operation and the register transfer. I have already told you about the micro operation and register transfer. So in this diagram I have told you that how the micro operation works, and these are the micro operations which correspondingly provide some operations, and then they work on the operands. So I have already told you about the micro operations. So now I will tell you the hardwired control and the micro program control. So in my next lecture I will tell you about hardwired control and micro program control. Okay, so in this lecture we have already discussed about the micro program control, and we will tell you, I will tell you that how so this diagram also tells you that how a micro program controls the things, and how the your computing circuit work according to your micro programs. So in the next lecture I will tell you about the hardwired control also. So thank you for this lecture. Thank you.